I am here with the 2024 Chevy Suburban, and we have taken this car across all of Texas. We've spent probably about 15 hours in this car, but the best thing about road tripping with the Suburban is all of the storage space. So let me give you a peek inside on just all of the stuff we've been able to bring on this week-long road trip. There's a kick to open here. Now we've laid down the third row so that we could fit more things, but we have our entire house packed back here. We have swim stuff, we have toys, we have a few different luggages here. We've got our filming equipment, but I also love that we have a lot of plug options around here, and then you'll see easy buttons right here to fold down that third seat but we love to bring this little fridge that we have to pack some overflowing snacks that you need to keep cold. It just gives you another option for some healthy snacks on the road. When you're road tripping with a family, that's really important. Now that we've unloaded the back from all of our stuff that we took on our road trip, I wanted to show you just how easy it is to lay down the seats and all of the versatile storage options that you have back here in the back of the Suburban. First, you have just a little bit of storage underneath the floor of the back, but you also have these conveniently located buttons that make folding down the back seats super easy and convenient. So then you have this whole flat back area, and then you can even, we're not going to fold down this seat because Tucker's car seat is in there, but you can also fold down the second seat if you needed to, or both seats if you needed to, if you don't have a car seat in one. So this makes it super easy if you're hauling things. I always like to go garage selling. I have all the space I need for all of my garage sale treasures back here. Then when you're ready for your seats to be back up in position, you can't fold up the second row from the back. You have to manually put those up, but this third row, you can move those up. And now your seats are in place again. Speaking of storage, one thing I always think about in a car is, where am I going to store my purse? Now, I am a little bit different than some women. My purse is just a little cross body bag most of the time, but the Suburban has a lot of spaces to store your purse. I stored mine right here in this big open space. In the door, it's big enough for a crossbody bag. You also have still a space here for a cup holder, another little shelf for whatever you need, and then spot for the keys right there. Up here in the front, there's also a lot of versatile storage space that make this SUV a great road tripping vehicle, or just your everyday vehicle where you have all of your stuff in one place. I don't know about you, but I like to have things that I'll need at work, toys and things for my kid to do while we're in the car. So I need a lot of storage space for all of those little knickknacks and things that inevitably you need when you're driving the car. So I already kind of showed you this little hidden storage. It's felt lined, which is really nice. I can throw in little, and it goes really far back there, but you can throw in coins in there if you wanted to, makeup, lipstick, really anything that you wanted to in there. Then you also have the glove box. That's pretty big as well. Then you have, a little space that I've been putting my phone here. And there's a really large center console. You can see it fits all of our junk in here, eyeglasses, cords, medicine. There's actually two little shelves here. If you want to zoom in, you've got this little shelf, which, holds smaller things very nicely, and then a little bit of a bigger shelf. It's very nice. And if you think this looks bigger than what that is, you're right, because there's also this little button right here You press it and check it out. It moves backwards. And this is good for two different things because you can move the cup holders back further for if you had two passengers back there who had drinks, then they could reach it easier. But it also has this nifty little secret compartment that is a little shallow, but you could put your wallet in here or your phone or something that maybe you wouldn't want somebody to find that you're leaving in your car. And in order to do this, the car has to be turned on. So somebody would have to have the key in order to get to that little secret storage compartment. So up here, you can also fold the seats down from this angle too, not just in the back. There's just a little flip here, so it's really easy to fold it down. But then you manually have to lift it back up, which is a little bit harder, but still not too difficult there. And you can move it forwards and backwards too. So you have enough foot space here in the second row too. So plenty of leg room here in the second row. I am pretty short, so leg room's not usually an issue for me. I'm 5 foot, but you can see even if I was a little taller, there's still a lot of leg room here in the second row. And then you can also get the TV entertainment system optioned here in the car, and it comes with headphones as well. Now, something to keep in mind if you have this option, which as YouTube and Hulu and all of that, there is a separate subscription fee. So that is something to keep in mind to add into the overall cost if this is an option that you want. But of course, if you're taking this on a long road trip, it can come in handy if you have passengers in the back seat. And another feature about the Suburban that makes it a great SUV for a lot of people riding in it is the rear seat climate control. So if you're sitting in the second row, you can control the temperature and the speed of the fan right here. It can also be controlled at the front if you have kids in the back that, you know, you don't want them messing with the climate control, you can control it up there. But by far, one of my favorite features is the ceiling mounted vents. As a mom, we found out really fast that especially in car seats that are rear facing, it's hard to get air to your kid. And those car seats get hot, especially in the summer. So we really value the vents in the ceiling so that we can angle it to hit right into the car seat, even if it's rear facing. It's pretty easy to get into the third row too, even as an adult. You can just pull on this lever right here. You pull it down once, it closes like that. You pull it a second time, it lifts the seat up. There's also a little tether here that you can pull that will lift the seat up. If you're in the back row, that can make it a little bit easier. And then I'm a little shorty, so I really like the step inside. So the step has been really nice. You get into the back row, you can just pull it down like this and pull the other seat up like this. The person in the front can move it back a little bit if you need to. I like in the third row that the seat is not too low to the ground. Sometimes in third row seats, it feels like you're sitting on the floor, but this feels like just a regular seat just in the third row. Also back here in the third row, you have a USB. You've got a couple of cup holders on both sides. And when you're ready to get back out, there's a convenient button right here that'll close the second row. You pull this top tether. It makes it so easy to get out. You're not having to climb over a bunch of seats. Easy, even for adults. We've really enjoyed driving the Suburban across our West Texas road trip. We've driven now around 10 or 11 hours worth. But one thing that makes this SUV a great road tripping vehicle is it comes equipped with Super Cruise, which means you can drive hands-free. And I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. So you've got to make sure that you're between the lines on a mapped out road. Press the Super Cruise button. And it works similar to cruise control, just You can do it hands-free. Now, Chevy has done a really great job of mapping roads. You can only drive Super Cruise on roads that are mapped by Chevy. Oh, and now we're switching lanes. Okay, now blinked red because it lost the lanes, and it's directing me to take back control. So you do still have to pay attention. There's cameras right here that watch your eyeballs and make sure that you are watching the road, because you still have to take control when it doesn't see the lines or whatever. But Chevy has done a great job of mapping out a lot of roads across America, and they've even doubled down to make this feature more widespread and have started mapping roads that aren't interstates. So I've been really impressed that even in these small towns across West Texas, and even out in like the national park where we went to Big Bend, the roads were still mapped and we were still able to use Super Cruise, which is very nice feature to have on a road trip. After spending the week driving over 1,000 miles across Texas, I am convinced that the Suburban is the best road trip SUV. We had plenty of space for everything that we needed, even some things that we didn't need. Plus, we were able to bring our little refrigerator that has all of our snacks in it. There's a lot of nooks and crannies up here that I love riding in the front seat to keep all of my stuff that I like for a road trip. Plus, Super Cruise is unbeatable. It's so nice on a road trip to be able to let the car take over a little bit more. If you're in the market for a SUV that you can road trip, these are all of the reasons why I think that the 2024 Suburban is a great option.